Immerse Arkansas is a 3-phase transitional program for youth between the ages of 18 and 24. Through these 3 phases, we see youth coming in lacking a lot of skills just necessary to sustain daily life as an adult. And through their time, through that first phase to the last phase, we see them ready to undertake much more difficult tasks that most adults take on in daily life, whether that's moving to a new apartment or getting financial aid for school.
Well, it's really what all of us need to be successful. Everybody needs relationships with people who they can trust. Everybody needs a foundation. And when I say a foundation, you need, good education. You need definitely some security in who you are. And I think that's probably one of the biggest struggles, just confusion about who am I.
So a lot of times a youth coming out of care is not going to have a support network that they need to make that transition. Whereas you and I, we might have had parents that we can call, we have friends that we can call and ask for advice. We can say, how do I get from this point to that point? How do I fix a flat tire? We are trying to create that network through ourselves and then through the community to really help these youth go from a place of sometimes it can be fear, it can be confusion, wondering, what do I want to be, who am I, to get from that place to being an integral part of the community and really being able to give back and to stand on their own 2 feet and to live as successful, independent adults.
As a transitional coach, I meet with the youth one-on-one weekly, and we go through their goals in the domains of education, employment, transportation, life skills, self and health care. And we do that weekly. We mark their progress towards and we work on their goals.
As a RA, what I do is I'm there for the support to the girls that's there, living there, and give them motivation, to be a resource for them whenever they're having troubles or problems, as they transition into adulthood.
Every year in Arkansas, approximately 250 youth are going to age out of foster care and step out into adulthood. That can happen between age 18 and 21. And we're excited about that. While that's a lot of youth, that's not so big of a number that there's no solution for that. That's a manageable amount of youth that we think that something can be done about that. And we think that if the right people come to the table to say we want to be a part of that solution, that we really can make a significant difference for youth transitioning out of care.
But what I found is if you're willing to be available, be loving, be yourself, that those relationships do tend to go deeper. It's just a byproduct of their lives.
I really just try to love them, and hopefully over time they will see that I really care about them and I care about their best interest, and I want to build trust with them.
The solution to this is rooted in a group of people and individuals like you and I coming together and saying, you know what, I've got time that I can help somebody that's just wanting maybe some advice or a relationship and support, and come alongside them and walk with them through their transition into adulthood. So really to see this happen, it's going to take you, it's going to take me, it's going to take a collaboration of a variety of people to really create a sustainable solution for youth here in Arkansas.
I believe it's the work that all of us should be doing. I don't think that anyone who is a believer anyway, who believes in Jesus Christ and believes that they were adopted into God's family, we have no business sitting back and not being involved in the lives of orphans.
As I recall, my aunt had a lot of issues going at the time, and she had brought some DHS people in, and she had claimed that my dad was schizophrenic, that he's suicidal, that he had a gun and he's threatening to shoot everybody in the house. And later on, she had told me we were going clothes shopping. I got in the car. I was asking her why my stuff was in the car, why was there a laundry basket full of my clothes? And she had told me that we were going clothes shopping. Most of the homes, I had ADHD, and I was hyperactive, so they would kick me out because I was too annoying or disturbing. When I turned 18, an opportunity had presented itself. My family was up in New Jersey, and I decided that I was going to move up there. And how I was so tired and so afraid of foster care. They wouldn't let me have any contact with my family, and I have family out in Conway. So what I did was I got someone I know a few days before to take all my stuff. Would not let the foster parent know what was going on. She didn't let her in my room. And then the day that I turned 18, I told her that actually the night before, I told her that I was leaving because I was 18 and I was moving up with my family. Living with my dad wasn't exactly what I expected, I thought, he was going to be the same person as when I'd last seen him. It got to be where I was in a constant fear of coming home, and that was no different than when I was in foster care. When I decided to join Immerse, I was speaking with my foster parent, and she had stumbled across it through someone she knew. It said that there was a program that could help me. And I really didn't know what it was about, but I said okay, and she said something about housing. And I said, well, I want to go find out what it's about. That they'd probably be a good resource to use. They helped me when I got down here to get on my feet. They gave me a place to stay. They gave me food to eat. They gave me a connection to get a job. Filling out a resume, I couldn't have done that on my own before I got here. Just simple things like that. You can honestly sit and blame the world and not go anywhere. Or you can get up, you can try and figure out what you need to do with your life, with yourself. Eventually, with my life, I'd like to get back into school. I'd like to be able to, live like anybody else. I want to get back into school. I want to, go to college for music education, music composition. Be able to teach in middle schools or high schools music theory, and then write music on the side, like actual piano music. Eventually, if I could, I'd like to go back to school again, for a physics degree.